Oh, greetings, my people. Greetings, my people. I was just watching video just now on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. Somebody sent in the link, and I was just watching Facebook where a Chinese in Zambia calling a native a foreigner in their own country. You know, and this video comes from Wadamaya, one of the greatest YouTubers in Africa. My people, sometimes when this problem arises, we should face the facts and stop being hypocrites that we've been for a very long time, that we've never gotten any remedy or solutions from our problems. The thing is, we the Africans, we always believe and know that we have somewhere to go. Okay? We always have this belief that, if my country is not good, I will move away from the country. Okay, that's why there is a lot of bad people from Africa in foreign lands. A lot. But you know why? Really, the president of Ghana said, if you think that you cannot stay in the country, you better move. I think he's the president or one of the ministers said, if you think you cannot be in the country, you can move away. Why? Why? Because the perception of the people or the citizens is that when the country or when things are not going on, I will move away. Instead of we staying and fixing the problems, we decide to move away. So who do we expect to fix that problem for us? So certain things that we do are bringing curses upon us and the generation to come. I was just watching this video and I prepared something to tell. I felt these pains in my heart, and I just have to record something out there. When this thing was happening in South Africa, where our own South African people rise up against their own people, I analyzed everything, and it's like I was telling this guy, one of my friends, that these things happening, I don't blame the South Africans in the first place, because the South Africans, the world knows that South Africans don't travel. They find delight in their own country. They don't travel. Okay, so they are fighting for their country because they don't have anywhere to go. When you go back to West Africa, the West Africans know that when it's not good, they'll travel to South Africa, they'll go to Europe, they'll go to America. So when the politicians are misbehaving, they are not able to correct the politician. How can a whole country be there? Then a few people will just be misleading the country. How? This thing doesn't happen only in Africa. When we read the history of Denmark, when the Germans were ruling the Danish, it got to a time when the people in Denmark said, no, we can't take this anymore, and they rise up against the Germans. It was not easy for them, but by the end of the day, they were able to take back their country. Okay, so the youth in Africa, excuse me to say, we are so very useless. Okay, we are very useless. We should tell ourselves, we the Africans, okay, let's say if I'm from Nigeria, if I'm from Zimbabwe, we should tell ourselves we don't have anywhere to go. When you are from Ghana, you are in Ghana. Ghana is where you belong. When you are in South Africa, that's where you belong. When you are in Zimbabwe, Eritrea, that's where you belong. When you have this in mind that you don't have anywhere to go, you fight for your country. How can Chinese, in this time that we experience a lot of problems with these own Chinese people in their country, call a native in their own country a foreigner? Where is the president? Okay, when this coronavirus took place, we all saw how useless African presidents were. We all saw it. So what do we do next? We, the youth of Africa, we have to fight for our individual countries. I always say this, that what makes the black man or the so-called president in Africa, what makes him think that the Europeans love him? When you do all those things, this miserable life that you are giving to your people, what makes you think that even the white will respect you in the first place? Okay, we've seen it severally. where a lot of politicians from Africa are being banned from US. Why? They are the same people dealing with those white people. Why is it that they will make you corrupt, but they will not allow you to come from your country to corrupt their country? Okay, so what makes the politician in Africa? What makes him think that the white man loves him? These are some of the things that we I've been thinking about. Are we so dumb and useless? Why? So this is a message to we the Africans. We should fight for you. That you being in Zambia, when you are able to be quiet and there's a Chinese man takes control over your country, don't think that I will allow you in my country. You shouldn't think that I will allow you in Nigeria, I will allow you in Ghana, I will allow you in South Africa. You have to face the consequences yourself, because we've been so useless for a very long time. That's why we are how we are now. If our forefathers were so useless the way we are now, we wouldn't have accomplished a lot of things that we will say that now we did, because our forefathers did it for us. So what are we doing for the next generation? I'm very angry. I'm really, really angry. Okay. When from the research that I did, when you go to Zambia, the Chinese, they've taken control, everything. So you ask yourself as a Zambian, what is my president doing? Okay. That's when you realize that your president is very useless. Then you say to yourself that I have to fight for my country. If you not fight for your country, don't think of moving to my country. Because when you move there, what the South Africans did to our own people, mine will be worse. We should tell ourselves the truth now. Because we the Africans, we are everywhere. We are everywhere when you go to the Arab countries. I was talking to one Togolese the last time, and it's like, he said when the country is not well organized, he will just move away from the country. And I say, yes, this is our perception. This is what we have. That's why the politicians are always making fun of us. That's why they delight seeing us in poverty and misery. Okay, so now we should tell ourselves, when you were Nigerian and you will be there for foreigners to take over your country, don't think of moving to someone's country, because when you go there, you will be treated lesser than animal. We should tell ourselves the truth, so that the truth will set us free. We are sick and tired of our useless behaviors that we've been putting across for a very long time. Recently, France, when the Macron wanted to do something that will benefit himself and his family alone, the youth rised. Okay, so what is Africa doing? All these natural resources that we have. When you've traveled before, you will see that money or paper that they print is nothing. It's nothing. Okay, so my people, we should just rise up. When you are there as a Zambian and you allow the Chinese to take over your country, don't think of coming to my country, because when you come to my country, the way I'll treat you lesser than animal. We should say to ourselves, we should all practice that. When they came, they brought us religion, and the religion, these are some of the principles that you should forgive. But when you travel the so-called developed country, there is nothing like forgiveness. There is nothing like forgiveness. We should be wicked to ourselves. When we are wicked to ourselves, we'll be able to accomplish the greatness of life. It's very simple as that. It's very simple as that. Zambian, I hope somebody will tag the people in Zambia. When you are there and the South African, how do we call it? The Chinese take over your country. Don't think of moving to my country, because when you move to my country, I'll treat you more than animal. We should be there. The same implies to me. The same implies to, if I'm not able to fix my own country, when I move there, you should do the same thing to me. It's very simple as that. It's really simple as that. We are sick and tired of our useless behaviors. Why? When are we going to this? Oh man, scheiße. So my people, thank you very much. I'm really cross. I'm really angry. I'm really, really angry. I'm really angry.